Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It has once again been yet another month. I honestly can't believe it. It is already May of 2023. I don't know where the time has gone. I started this series back in August of 22. And yeah, I haven't done every single month because not every single month I've done, I've gotten some good pickups, but yeah, it's been a pretty cool month. I got a really good set of stuff here, stuff I'm really happy about, and we're gonna go over that today. I made a trip back up to East Starland. I've been up and down. I've visited two pretty big. No, I shouldn't say big, but I visited two decent retro game stores that I don't get to go to enough. East Starland and then a store down in the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So we'll go over that today, and then I made a big one this month. So let's just get this one out of the way. This is by far the magnum opus of the video, and so I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off essentially and just go with it. And that's going to be Silent Hill 2 on PlayStation 2. I got this at my local retro game store here in town, and yeah, it's pretty surreal holding this in my hand, even still. I am kind of still in shock that I decided to go for it, but yeah, that's Silent Hill 2. So obviously I've not actually played Silent Hill 2, so I'm kind of excited to. Obviously we have the remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it, coming down the line from Bloober Team. Can't say I'm especially excited for that, but we'll see. But yeah, a complete, pretty decent condition Silent Hill 2. There's like a crayon mark, but I can always replace it with a different box, but actually weirdly adds to the charm of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this game, give it a fair shot, because I've heard nothing but good things. Of course, it is many people's favorite game of all time, and I own it, and it sits on my shelf, and it's kind of hard to believe it. All right, so let's go over a couple things here. So I ended up getting two things down at a store in the Outer Banks in North Carolina. Pretty cool place. I think next time I go, I should record some footage. But I got some original Xbox games because, of course, I love the original Xbox. Can't go wrong with it. I got Tao Fang, Fist of the Lotus, a fighting game, an exclusive. And not very good. When I got home from my trip, I sat down and played it. My friend was here with me. They watched me play it for about 5 minutes before I turned it off and said, yep, all right, pop it on the shelf. Because, yep, just another exclusive to mark off the list here. Pretty happy about that. Not a great game, so, nothing to write home about, but, yeah, pretty cool. And then another one. This one is special to my heart, and that is going to be The Italian Job on Xbox. Now, if you don't know me, The Italian Job, the film, the 2003 remake from Paramount, is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just a classic to me. I've grown up with it. I love it. So can't really go wrong with that movie. And there was a movie tie-in game, of course. There's actually two movie tie-in games, because there was one on the PlayStation for the original film, which is kind of weird, and then the remake got a game as well. So that's kind of cool. The game itself, not very great. You just drive around, do stuff. But this is a fun one for the collection because it has meaning to me. And that's what collecting is about. You can mark stuff off lists like exclusives or really big titles like Silent Hill 2. Or you can go for goofy shit like The Italian Job. So that's what I did. Yeah, I got these two down in the Outer Banks. Pretty cool. All right, now this one's pretty cool. I got this one up at East Starland. They have a whole section in their storeroom of manuals, Game Informers, Nintendo Powers, and guidebooks and stuff. So I decided to get one that's pretty near and dear to my heart, and that is Halo 2. If you guys been following the channel for any amount of time, you guys know I love Halo, and Halo 2 is my favorite entry in the series. And I have a lot of really cool collectible stuff for Halo 2. So this is really cool to have, and it's in amazing condition, with really just great design work inside of it. And it was only like $7 or something like that. It was ridiculous. I was kind of blown away. It was sealed. It was in really good condition. $7. The Morrowind Prophecies goes for like 40, and that's from this same era of games. And I've seen that thing in pretty weak condition for 40. This was in prime condition. It literally still smells brand new. It looks like it came out yesterday, but no. $7. I was really happy about this. I got some other stuff up there, but nothing to make it into the video. But yeah, it was a good little trip. I love going up there and visiting. It's a cool place. It's a mecca of sorts, and it was cool to visit it again. All right, so then we got something kind of fun. So I already own these games on PlayStation 2, but I figured I'd get a physical version of the HD collection of it, and that's going to be Devil May Cry HD collection. Now, like I said, I own all the games. I own 1, 2, and 3, and then I have the digital version of 4, but I own 4 on PS3. All these shenanigans. So yeah, I had to pick this up because GameStop, where I work, was doing a buy to get one for pre-owned games. So I decided, why not? Like, this has been on the bucket list for a little while. Mark it off the list. And have the definitive collection. I have heard that the collection, excuse me, not the collection, but the Switch port specifically of Devil May Cry 3 is really good. A lot of people tell me that's like the definitive version, so I might have to check that out at some point. But Devil May Cry 3 being one of the better entries in the series, pretty cool that it has a definitive version on the Switch. Speaking of the Switch, GameStop was also doing a really insane promotion a couple weeks ago. The Metroid Dread double pack and the Loftwing amiibos were $5. I don't know why, but they were. And so as someone that loves Zelda, of course, and got Skyward Sword HD at launch, and couldn't find Loftwing amiibos anywhere, I never decided to get one. And then when I could get them, like I've seen them at GameStop, because I work at GameStop, of course, they were sitting at $15, $20, $30. They constantly would change in price. So I got the Loftwing amiibo here because it will have functionality in Tears of the Kingdom, which is pretty cool. And then if I ever go back to play Skyward Sword HD, then I got the amiibo, which is kind of cool. And then I, of course, got the Dread amiibos. And I have to admit, a big reason I never got these ones, I don't love how they look very much. I don't like the Emmy amiibo. I think it's a little too big and clunky. And then I don't like the pose here that Samus is in. I love how Samus looks in Dread, but I'm not a huge fan of her pose here. I think it's kind of awkward. Like when I'm holding it, it looks fine, but when you have it like set down, she's like angled down very strangely, and it just, I don't know. I find it to be a very awkward looking amiibo. There's no real good way to pose it, I feel like. So I don't know. It's cool to have it. It's really cool that Metroid got an amiibo set for the new game. And then the Emmy, I'll keep this one solely for the gameplay purposes. I really don't love this amiibo, so I will not be holding on to it for collecting reasons, like putting it on display and stuff like that. But to each their own. All right, so moving on to the Switch. Like I said, pretty light pickups this month. I did not pick up Jedi Survivor. I'm going to be waiting on that because I've heard really iffy things about the launch state of the game, as well as Star Wars and we were in a rocky relationship. We always have been. So I decided I'm going to wait on that one a little bit. All right, but then of course, some Switch games. So part of that buy two get one that I got a Devil May Cry HD collection in, I decided to pick up some Switch games that I've been wanting to get for a long time, or a pretty decent amount of time. And the first is going to be Triangle Strategy from Square Enix. Now, this game is on PC, and I've debated getting it on PC just to be able to play it in high resolution and high frame rate. But I decided to get it on the Switch. I don't know if I'll have much time to play this, especially with Final Fantasy 16 on the horizon. But I played the shit out of the demo of this game, and all that progress will transfer over if I decide to do that. But it's really cool that we got a game like this, and it was exclusive to the Switch. There's rumors of it coming to PS4 at some point. If it does, then maybe I'll trade this in and put that towards it or anything like that. But pretty excited to get my hands on Triangle Strategy. It is, from what I've played of that demo, a very, very impressive game. And then another Switch game that I've been meaning to get my hands on for a long time, because I'm a pretty big fan of Fire Emblem Three Houses, is Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes. Of course, I got Fire Emblem Engage when that came out in January, if you guys watched that video. I'm still making my way through that game piece by piece. I've been enjoying it more and more. But Three Hopes, I have a friend that's pretty into Three Houses as well, and so they recommended this to me. and I decided I'd pick it up part of that buy to get one, because essentially, to my knowledge, this is just more Three Houses lore, gameplay, characters, or not gameplay, but characters. You get to spend time with them again, and get to hear some awesome music. So why the heck not, right? So pretty happy about that one. And then next up is going to be something pretty cool. So my coworker, one of their favorite games of all time is Cult of the Lamb, and there's a physical version that was coming to the Switch, and they ended up doing something really sweet for me. They ended up giving me their deluxe deluxe edition of Cult of the Lamb. They really didn't have to do this, so if you're watching this video, thank you. I've already expressed this to you, but if you've stumbled upon this, I mean, seriously, thank you so much. You did not have to do this. Because originally they were just going to give me the physical copy of the game because they had the digital copy and keep the art book, but no. They decided to give me the whole thing, and that was really cool of them. They really didn't have to do that, so I appreciate that immensely. This is a game that I'm interested to check out. I don't know if I'll be able to jump into it really anytime soon, but pretty happy about that. So thank you very much. Here is that art book. Pretty cool. My sister loves Cult of the Lamb, so maybe I'll give this to her. I'm actually not too sure, but yeah, that's really cool. So it's a game I'll have to dive into at some point. I'm not really sure when, but it's on the docket. But yeah, that's actually going to do it for PickUpz this month. Not a lot, but budget-wise, pretty insane. Silent Hill 2, not something to scratch, itch your nose at, or whatever the phrase is. I'm a little tired. I was at work for quite a while today, setting up things for the Jedi Survivor launch, as well as the Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED. So that was pretty fun. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. But yeah, pretty good amount of stuff. Not a good amount, but a pretty solid quality over quantity, I think. Well, unless you count Tao Feng and Italian Job, but pretty cool set of games here. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy, please comment down below in the comment section. Did you pick up anything cool this month? Did you get any of the new releases like Advance Wars Reboot Camp, which is something I really wanted to get. I just couldn't justify it because I bought Silent Hill 2 this month. Stuff like that. The Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. A lot of really cool games came out this month. And then, of course, the big release this month, Jedi Survivor. So let me know down below in the comments if you picked any of those up. And it's May now. I can't believe it. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is right around the corner. I can't believe it. So May is going to be a really cool month. Probably not going to be a lot of crazy pickups that month just due to a very big title coming out that I'm going to be putting a lot of money towards for accessories and amiibos and everything like that. So definitely look forward to that. And thank you again for watching. And as always, stay strong, everybody.